Cameron, Senate Democrats are refusing to hand over the $80 million needed to close the controversial prison. They're worried because the president has not explained what he'd do with the 240 detainees there. Hey, it's bad timing for Obama. He's supposed to lay out his plans in a speech tomorrow, but it'll be too late to save the funding. Lawmakers from both sides say they're worried the detainees could end up here in the United States.
Democrats under no circumstances will move forward without a comprehensive, responsible plan from the president. We will never allow terrorists to be released into the United States.
It raises all kinds of complicated issues that don't need to be dealt with. We've got the perfect place for them right now, Guantanamo, and I'm hoping the president will reconsider.
Pat Buchanan is an MSNBC political analyst. Debbie Dingle's a Democratic strategist. Debbie, let me begin with you. The Senate Majority Leader, Harry Reid, was asked not only if terrorists should be released in the United States, which I think everybody could agree that probably should not happen, but then he was pressed, what if they were detained here? And he said, we don't want them here. Why not? I mean, is this really about keeping detainees in maximum security prisons, or is this about re-elections and going back to your constituents and trying to explain what is perhaps a complicated issue?
It's about keeping America safe, and I think that people are trying to frame this into another partisan battle, that people are looking at politics. President Obama has proven to the American people that he will listen to all the information. He's going to address the nation tomorrow, give the next set of recommendations. He has made it very clear that he will bring swift and just justice to anybody who wants to harm these United States. But he also wants to remain very true to the core values of democracy and what we all stand for. That's what this is about. It's not too late. We'll get money later.
I don't know that my people are trying to do that. I think you have Senator Inouye, who stripped $80 million out of a bill that would have paid for the closing of Guantanamo Bay.
But we'll see it later in further appropriations after we have the president set up a task force. It's going to come back and report in the summer. Even Robert Gibbs, his press secretary, said yesterday they have a right to know what they're spending the money on. When we know what the money's going to be spent on, then it'll get appropriated.
Senator Richard Shelby was on Morning Joe, and here's what he had to say about the fact that Democrats are the one who are blocking now the closing of Guantanamo Bay.
I like what the Democrats did yesterday because they woke up to reality that the American people don't want those terrorists in our country.
Pat, we already have terrorists in the country. We have domestic terrorists here, not to mention we have mass murderers, we have serial rapists, we have child molesters in these prisons. They're maximum security prisons. I mean, has anyone ever seen the lockup and seen the kind of thugs that we're already housing here? What's the big deal about the detainees?
The big deal about it is Barack Obama made a very, very foolish pledge. I'm going to close Guantanamo without thinking it through. Now, you got 240 of the most hardcore terrorists in the whole war on terror down there at Guantanamo. You bring them to the United States, Contessa, then you put them on trial and they're not convicted. You turn them loose into American society. That is an absurdity. And Barack Obama should never have made this commitment. His own Democratic Party knows